I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Hey there, welcome to Life Noggin. The brain is a pretty cool organ, but sometimes it can fail us, like when we forget someone's name or blank on a test. But how can someone just forget something like that? Well, to start off, I want you to imagine what a penny looks like. You're probably imagining Abraham Lincoln looking off to the right and that the coin is copper. But you probably didn't recall the phrase above the Lincoln Memorial on the back of the penny. If you did, congrats. But the reason we may have not remembered every single aspect of the coin is because, frankly, it doesn't matter. All we need to know is how to distinguish a penny from any other coin, so we only remember the important parts and store them in our long-term memory. All of the small details of any experience, like you watching this video for example, are combined into one event in your brain's hippocampus. You are essentially a network of neurons that records the association linked to the memory, and any of those associations, like hearing the name Blocko, can bring back that memory. But problems arise when there is more than one memory associated with a given cue. If you ever met someone who looks like an old friend, it may be difficult to remember this new person's name, because that face already has some other meaning to you, and the memories are interfering with each other. Decay theory states that a memory slowly fades over time if it's not rehearsed often, so if you do not frequently think about something, you'll forget it. It makes sense, but you also have to be paying attention in the first place if you ever want to recall that information. So what is something that you always forget? Did you forget it? I'm terrible with birthdays, but luckily Facebook is there to save the day. Speaking of which, if you want to, you can follow me on there.
We begin with a bombshell in the world of soccer. Some of the sports top executives were arrested this morning at a hotel in Zurich, Switzerland.
The U.S. Justice Department accuses them of corruption and bribe-taking involving tens of millions of dollars. Vladimir Duthier of our digital network CBSN is at the U.S. Attorney's Office in Brooklyn, which is leading this investigation. Vlad, good morning.
Good morning. U.S. Attorney General Loretta Lynch and FBI Director James Comey are expected to announce the case at a press conference behind me here at 10 a.m. The charges allege widespread corruption in the International Federation of Association Football, or FIFA, for 24 years. In an early morning police raid, Swiss authorities were seen escorting several senior FIFA officials from Zurich's luxury Bar-o-Lac hotel.
It's not good in terms of image. It's not good in terms of reputation.
7 men at the hotel were arrested, including FIFA Vice President Jeffrey Webb. 8 others have been indicted. Charges include money laundering, racketeering, and wire fraud.
You cannot just suspend someone because he's arrested.
The leaders had gathered at the five-star property for this year's FIFA annual meeting, where FIFA's incumbent president Sepp Blatter, regarded as one of the most powerful men in sports, is expected to be elected to a 5th term. He was not part of the indictment.
Here's the president, and in 2 days there are elections. If the 209 members of the association, they will re-elect him, then he is the president for the next 4 years.
According to the Swiss Federal Office of Justice, the U.S. Justice Department is investigating the individuals on suspicion of the acceptance of bribes of more than $100 million over the past 2 decades, in exchange for media deals for major soccer tournaments. The crimes were prepared in the U.S., and payments were carried out by U.S. banks.
2018 FIFA World Cup, ladies and gentlemen, will be organized in Russia.
FIFA has been dogged by controversies in the past, most recently awarding upcoming World Cups to Russia and Qatar. two countries entrenched in human rights investigations.
There are now allegations that some FIFA executives took bribes to put the World Cup in Qatar, and I hope that's true, because otherwise it makes literally no sense.
And this morning, prosecutors in Switzerland say they are opening up an investigation into the 2018 and 22 World Cups. There's also been a search warrant that's been executed at the headquarters of CONCACAF in Miami, Florida. That is the equivalent of the U.S. FIFA version here in the United States. Meanwhile, the 7 men that were arrested in Switzerland are expected to be extradited here to the United States. Gail?
All right. Thank you, Vlad.
Even though broadcasting is not going to be a class next year, we'd really like to thank all the HHIMS students, staff, and faculty for supporting us this year.